Hey gardening friends, so today we are looking at Allium Millenium, and I'm going to go in close here because this plant is really a pollinator magnet. See honeybees, I see small bees, got a carpenter bee over here. I'm going to get in a little closer and see what we can get. So a lot of small, black, probably native sweat bees. Here's the carpenter bee. Well, Millenium is it's an ornamental allium, and it's different from a lot of the alliums you might be familiar with because you don't buy the bulb, you actually buy the plant, and it's a rooted plant. You can see this is the leaves down here. They're kind of a strappy, grassy-like foliage. Allium Millenium was actually named the 2018 Perennial of the Year. It forms these compact clumps, and if I remember correctly, the foliage does stay kind of evergreen. It will kind of shrink back and die back. If not evergreen, then I know it comes up really early in the spring. Once it starts blooming, it has a fairly long bloom time. So mine has been blooming not quite a week. I think it started 4 or 5 days ago. And you can see individual flowers are open and some are not. The plant, when it's in bloom, mine's about 2 feet tall. But I have it on the front of a border here because when it's not in bloom, the leaves themselves form a nice, maybe foot tall clump. And I've used this as an edging in this bed. So it gives you some August color. It is August today. And as I said, it'll probably bloom for a good month or so. Now, I first saw Allium Millenium several years ago now in another garden, and I probably spent a couple years looking for it because it had just come out, and it basically sold out wherever you went. So it took me several years to get my first one, and as you can tell, I've planted quite a few of them just in this bed alone, and I've used them in several gardens. So the thing about this particular ornamental allium is that it does want well-draining soil, or you could get some root rot or bulb rot down in there. It is hardy to zone 5. It does like full sun, but you could probably give it some part shade. The water maintenance, it does need, well, the water requirements are dry to medium, and it is drought tolerant once it is established. It's considered to be a low maintenance plant. I haven't really done too much with them. It doesn't get too many diseases. You do want to keep an eye on it for thrips, maybe some leaf diseases. If you were to crush the leaves or even the flowers, you would get a garlicky or oniony smell. So this also makes it less likely to be eaten or chewed on by deer, rabbits. And I'm in my backyard where the woodchuck has free reign when he's around, and nobody's really bothered these plants. So it was when they first came out, they thought it was sterile, that it wouldn't be seeding around like a lot of alliums do. But down here below the mother plant, I have a number of small plants. I did not plant these, so they are from this plant. Now, in all honesty, I have not noticed a lot of seedlings from Allium Millenium. It may just be that, you know, this was a good spot and the seed heads fell here and took a hold because it's on the edge of this and there's actually mulch in there. So they didn't have too much competition. I'm not unhappy that it, you know, seeded a little bit. But some of the alliums, the seed heads blow around your lawn, and then you've got alliums popping up where you weren't expecting them. All right, so even though it is a hybrid, so it was bred, I don't know what the parentage is. I think they're unsure of the parentage. There are a few native alliums, but most are not native. But as you can see, the bees are really loving it. So I would say it's a good plant to add into your garden, especially for some late summer color and to draw in pollinators. I'll give one more pan here to the clumps. All right, well, have a nice day.